Hello, nasties. Welcome to another vlog. This vlog is going to be a whole lot of the usual. Working, packaging orders, shaking gremlins and goblins in the background, and just getting along. Doing whatever needs to get done around here. So grab a snack, grab a cup of blood, grab whatever your poison of choice is, and let's hang out. So let's get into today's vlog. First thing is first, sticker inventory. My shop recently officially opened Friday the 13th of this year. And of course, that means that I have stickers going out the door, and it was very important for me to get my stickers in freaking order. So I pulled out all of the stickers from the storage container that I had them in. What I had them in was a case. It was a large case, and within that case, there are compartments for smaller cases, and the stickers were all in their own little cases, but it was just too much of too much. Some of the cases were fuller than others, the little boxes, and it was just, I didn't like my stickers sloshing around in the boxes. You know, that could lead to damage, scratches, whatever, and it's also a pain in the ass trying to pull them out when it comes time to shipping, to, pulling orders and shipping. So what I have done, and I will put it into a future vlog because I did not have a chance to film it for this one, but I have purchased some holders in which I'm going to be putting the stickers on the wall. For it just makes inventory purposes so much easier. And me being me, I like seeing my stickers. I'm a sticker fiend, clearly, or else I wouldn't be freaking making stickers, right? But I like to see the stickers. So I will show you that in an upcoming vlog. But yes, my stickers are now all completely, fully in stocked. Those that need to be retired have been retired. They are not returning, but everything is good to go. So if you've been wanting to pick up a sticker, head over to my shop and pick up a few, one or a few. I will say that one is being retired, and that is the pumpkin spice latte sticker. I've posted about it on my social media, on my Instagram to be specific. But other than that, all of the stickers are currently available. And yeah, one thing that I need to do with my stickers is put them into my sticker book. I showed you all in a previous vlog that I had purchased a sticker album. I think I kept referring to it as a sticker book, but specifically the correct term would be a sticker album. It is a repository in which one places the stickers. So yeah, it's more of an album kind of a situation, but that's enough sticker talk. Let's get into packaging orders, shall we? Of course, story of my life. I mean, isn't this the way things always go? This year has been just a comedy of errors, and it has been a series of unfortunate events, and it continues. It continues, you all. Let me tell you, just briefly. I posted about this on my Instagram, but this year has been a shit show for me. Absolute shitstorm. And while I was beating myself up about it for the first few months of the year, I eventually just sat down, took some inventory, and thought, inward inventory, right? Emotional, spiritual inventory, all of that. And I thought, I can continue handling this year in one of two ways. Or rather, I can continue handling it in the way that I have been, which is allowing myself to be overwhelmed by the stress, or I can accept the stress, handle it, and take this as a learning opportunity. Extreme change, extreme difficulty, those are the things that mold and shape us, right? Those are the things that make us stronger in the end. So at this point, I'm just taking it all in stride. Shitty things are going to continue to happen, fireballs everywhere. A couple weeks ago, I was just, listen, okay? This is how, I'm telling you. Just when you think the year couldn't possibly get any worse. I got a flat tire on the same day, the only day of the whole year, that I forgot my cell phone. I forgot my cell phone, and I'm not someone who lives on her phone, but I always carry it with me for safety reasons. So the day I forget my phone while I'm out running an errand is also the day that I happen to get a flat tire. This particular day happens to be an unusually chilly night for the location that I'm in. And on this night, I was wearing flip-flops, hot pants, and a little teeny tiny sweatshirt, or rather a little teeny tiny tank top. So I got a flat at night. I had to walk, you all, 3 miles in flip-flops in the freezing cold in order to summon roadside service. Everything was okay. I got my car taken care of. Everything's cool, right? But fast forward to my shop opening. Okay, my shop opened, got some orders in. I had PayPal as a payment processor. PayPal decided to be an asshole and not trust me. I don't know if it's their AI algorithm. That's probably what it is, but they shut down my account. They froze my account. They have told me you are no longer allowed to use our services. We're freezing your money until March of 2025, and that's it. So I have a little chunk of money that is in PayPal that is being held hostage that I cannot touch. Am I pissed off about it? I'm a little flustered. I'm a little stressed about it, but I'm okay because here's what's going to happen. I'm going to attempt to get into contact with a human being next week. I'm going to give it 2-3 chances at the most to get this resolved with a human being. If I cannot get this resolved, okay, no more PayPal. That's that. That money is going to sit there until March. I will pull it out at that point, but no more PayPal for me, at least for my website. So I think one of the reasons why PayPal thinks I'm a little sus is because I have my PayPal account that I've used forever. It's my personal account, but then I also have several online stores, right? So they're probably like, who is this girl? She must be a scammer. She has 1 million accounts on PayPal, blah, blah, blah. I happened to open a new one and I got quite a few orders in, money coming in. This is a new account out of nowhere. AI is just going to take precautions and shut her down, right? So that's that. I'm annoyed, but at the same time, one shouldn't depend on PayPal as a payment processor. It's a monopoly, right? Just like Etsy. People shouldn't get too attached to Etsy. Never put your eggs in one basket. I have left Etsy, and now if on this particular store I can no longer accept PayPal as payment, fine. My customers will understand, and if they don't, well, what can I do? There's nothing I can do about it. But that's that on that. Little blips. Now, to what I was going to talk about. What got me down this little tangent of unfortunate shit is the order that I'm packaging. The order that I'm packaging is for 2 of my Space Queens. And at the time that I'm filming this, I actually got another order yesterday for another one of these prints. So I have been waffling about getting rid of my Space Queens art prints. Not because I dislike the artwork, but because now that I have my sticker maker, my sticker machine and all that, I got a printer and my sticker maker, I'm thinking, you know, it would be super cute if I retired my Space Queens art prints and I recreated them in a style that would lend itself well to being turned into stickers. So I would basically be retiring the old designs, redesigning them, and then re-releasing the new prints. This is one reason why I've been hesitating on releasing new Space Queens artwork, because I have in my mind David Bowie, definitely, and Selena, obvious. Well, actually, I already did Selena. What's her name? Amy Winehouse. Amy Winehouse and David Bowie were next on the list. But I have been holding off on them because I've been trying to figure out what I wanted to do with them. And the way that my mind works is if an idea does not immediately come to my brain, but I know it's something that I would like to entertain, I let it sit. I let it marinate in its own juices until that finger snap light bulb moment happens. And for me, this took a long time to figure out, but it took my getting my sticker maker or my sticker cutter and all of that, it's technically a cutting machine, okay? It's a Cricut. But yeah, it took me purchasing the Cricut for me to start coming up with all sorts of new ideas. And this is one of those things where even though this year has been absolute garbage for me, the silver lining has been this whole sticker making venture, because had this year not turned out the way that it has been, if it wasn't this horrible cesspit of nonsense, I never would have woke up one day with the bright idea to purchase a new printer and purchase a sticker cutter and learn how to do this. So as crappy as things are, there are always some little glittering positive moments. Take that and apply it to your life as you will. But this is why some people may hear me saying, oh, my life has been shit this year, blah, 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 but I don't necessarily sound like it. And that's why. It's because I am not reactionary to bad situations. In the moment that something occurs to me, yeah, I'm not happy and I'm flustered and I'm a little bit stressed, but I can fairly quickly step back and look at it from a different lens. And once I have a couple minutes to cool off, sometimes it's a couple hours, a day or whatever, I can somehow transmute that negativity into something else that's productive. I may not be in the greatest mood in the world, I may not be in the greatest headspace, but transmutation is something that I have been steadily becoming very, very good at over the past few years, and I'm starting to notice it. And really this year is where I'm really starting to see, you know what, girl, you're getting pretty good at this. So I've never been someone who dwells in negativity too much. I tend to recede into my back cave a little bit, chill out, go into hermit mode for a while. Sometimes it's a day, a week, a month, whatever it is. And I figure things out. I start putting pieces in certain puzzle holes and doing all that kind of thing. And just, I figure shit out, okay, is what I'm trying to say here. So anyway, long story longer, let's get on with this vlog. So another thing that I have been greatly thinking about for about a year, solidly about a year now, is curating a color palette for my work. Those of you who have been with me for months, if not years, have likely noticed that I tend to stick to a particular color palette. In general, it's going to be warm colors. My favorite colors are sunset colors. Not so much twilight. Twilight is a bit more, it's leaning a little bit more cool, right? But definitely warm sunset tones. We're talking the deep fuchsias, the pinky purples, the eggplants, the oranges, the magentas, that sort of thing. And when I do lean towards darker colors, okay, I'm going to use more purpley blues, but I'm not a cool color girl. I do use cool colors. I love a green, emerald green, acid green, which is definitely a warm green, but I love green. Green, with the exception of like the sunset colors, green would be the one exception to the rule. I put a lot of lime green in my work, a lot of chartreuse, acid green, and emerald green. Blues are, of course, I've said it a million times, my least favorite colors, I should say. I love looking at the ocean, the sky, whatever. The sky's fine. I prefer it when it's overcast, but I love, clear blue waters and all that sort of thing. But on an artistic, creative level, blue doesn't do a damn thing for me. Never liked it. It's just never been my thing. And I just don't use it very much. But it does have its time and place. I tend to use teals and aquas. But anyway, tale for another day. What I'm getting at is that I want to have a loose list of colors that I use more as a formula. And I know, Karla, you're not very formulaic. What are you talking about? You're not rigid and structured. No, I'm not. I want this to be a loose structure, but I want to be able to memorize in my head a short list of markers that I use on a regular basis. I already have a handful that I continually repurchase, but I want something a little bit more solid, something that I can kind of, I know I'm going to use the word again, but I want to develop a loose Karla formula, if you will. And the best way for me to do that, I think, is to, well, the idea that I came up with in one of my, post midnight sessions where I'm sitting around listening to my music or watching a documentary on something foolish this week, it has been string theory and obnoxious French kings. So anyway, when I'm in Karla mode, sipping my tea, drinking my coffee, or whatever it is late at night, these ideas come to me, and this is one of them. I thought, well, why don't you put your markers in something that you can easily see? I already store my art supplies, or at least most of them, the ones that are on my desk. I keep them in acrylic drawers, but they get all jumbly in the drawers anyway. I need something that's more, you can see actually one of the drawers in this video here, but because my brain is so scattered is not the right word, although it can be a bit scattered. I can be a little bit of a scatterbrain. But because I have so much going on in my brain at all times, I have to develop ways to work smarter and not harder. I need ways to better organize without necessarily outright organizing. And what I mean by that in this case is I want to be able to see my markers, but I'm not going to be a stickler about putting them back in the exact order that they need to be. But it is a controlled chaos, a highly controlled chaos on my desk. And I hopped online and I purchased a marker, an individual marker stand. It's several pieces. It's little shelves that are interconnected and they create this marker component. This is nothing new. It's nothing innovative. A ton of people use these to store their markers. I had just never thought to purchase one of these things. And I didn't go for one of the large ones. I did this on purpose. I wanted something small and manageable, so that this is something that I'm going to be working with for the next few months, the next year, working to curate my color palette. So I'm really excited about this. I'm going to be able to have the Karla kit, if you will, sitting at my desk at all times. I have specific pens that I use for inking, love them, been doing it for years. Now it's time to do that with my markers. So yeah, it's this vlog this week has just been a lot of work, and it's been a lot of sorting and mentally cleaning, among other things, and lots of stuff. I caught myself. I was going to say lots of big stuff happening, and I need to stop that, because in the grand scheme of things, everything that I'm doing, is it big and grand and glorious? No, but in terms of my life, I need to learn how to be happy and proud of what I'm doing, because I'm so hard on myself, which we are all our own worst critics. We've heard that before, right? But when I look back through a neutral lens and I look at everything that I've done and everything that I've accomplished on my own, guys, I do a hell of a lot on my own. And when I say on my own, I mean completely on my own. I do not have a sugar daddy, sugar mama taking care of me. Okay, I don't have helpers. I don't have assistants, friends, family, anybody who's helping me with anything, right? I do everything on my own and I accomplish a lot. But because I know what I'm capable of, I'm also like, you can do better. You can do more all the time. And that shit's not cool. I need to be able to pat myself on the back every now and then, right? This year has been super shitty, and yet look at what I've been able to do, right? I sat down and I opened a store, and I finally, I broke away from Etsy, opened my own online store, and learned how to make stickers. Now I'm doing that. And then, because of my sticker machine, that was the little snowball, okay, that started rolling, and it was the catalyst that got all of this craziness going now. The Space Queens. Those are going to be turning into stickers, which I failed to mention earlier, but I had not sold one of those prints in months, literal months. And it wasn't until I finally decided to get rid of that style. I haven't even made an announcement. Nobody knows about it. But as soon as I sat down and said, girl, get rid of this style, that's when they started selling. And I'm like, oh, well, shit. What am I supposed to do? But story for another day. We'll save that for a future vlog. What I was saying is, okay, opened a store, learned how to make stickers, and then I decided, literally on a whim, but because of my sticker cutter, to start a new tier on Patreon. Physical rewards, actual physical product going out to these tier members, and that is the Sticky Claw Sticker Club, which is so cool. It's so much work, and again, I do it all by myself, but look how amazing it is. Look how amazing it is. This is the very first month. These are the Patreon patrons who signed up to be Sticky Claws, so I'm preparing their envelopes here, and oh, the debacle with the envelopes, you guys. I have so much going on in my head at all times, but I always find room for more fastidious bullshit. These envelopes. Okay. Do you see the envelope on the far left? That kind of wine, purple, grapey, eggplant situation with the gold, that beautiful envelope. Okay. So I knew going into this, okay, that the envelopes were likely going to be not quite the color that I wanted. When I purchased them, they did lean a little bit more on the reddish tone of purple, but they did not look this wine colored in the product photos. So I knew I was taking a risk, but I could not find the exact color of eggplant that I want for my branding. The actual branding, my purple color, you see it on my labels that I put on my envelopes now. And yes, sometimes I say envelope, sometimes I say envelope. It's my brain, all right? I exist on 2 different planets at once. You know that. So excuse me, there are creatures running around outside. Cats. Hold on. Okay, so possums, cats, creatures. It's just rats. Ugh. That's another one. I have no problem with rats, but I've been fighting with a rat that lives in the neighborhood because it chewed up my wires the other day to my printer. Ugh, it was a thing. Anyway, chewed up the wires to my printer label the night before my shop opened. That issue has been resolved. We're okay. Me and ratters, we need to have a little conversation, but again, no more bird walking. Tail for another day. Actually, no, that tail is done. The rat and I, unless he does something stupid again, I won't mention him again. But back to the vlog. So the purple that is my brand purple is the purple that I use. I have a purple fuchsia gradient that I use throughout my branding. It's a new color palette that I created this year for myself. You see it on my YouTube channel. You see it on some of my social graphics. And again, on my my monogram label. It's close to the purple that you see on the sticker sheet right here with the bats on it. That kind of ruddy purple. That it's like a deep, just think eggplant. Think of a regal eggplant purple. Not a royal purple. That's blue leaning. I'm talking about more of a plummy eggplant purple. Okay. So, I know, me. I always make my life difficult. Okay? I knew it was going to be difficult color matching that purple. Didn't have to be perfect. Okay? Just close enough. Impossible. Impossible to find good quality envelopes that were that color. So I took a risk purchasing these. When I got them in, are they purple? Technically, yes. They're like a purpley grape color. But you guys, I sat on it for literal weeks. And I go, this is supposed to be special. I want these envelopes that go out to my Patreon patrons to feel luxurious. So do I stay with these fancy purple ones, these reddish purple, these wine purple ones, or do I order a purple that's not quite my purple, but a little bit closer in tone, but they feel normal, for lack of a better term. They feel a bit thin. They're not bad quality envelopes, but they're not luxurious like these gold trimmed beauties. What do? Well, I decided to not let my fastidiousness overtake me for once. I'm getting better at that. I'm never going to stop being a fastidious person, but I have long learned that chasing perfection is just a completely futile effort, and I try to instill that in people all of the time, because you'd be shocked at how detrimental chasing perfection is to one's creative practice. And so once I let that go, I became much more prolific of, I'm not perfect. I still catch myself correcting, recorrecting, and overcorrecting at times, but I've loosened up a bit with my fastidiousness. Is it gone? Absolutely not. But these envelopes were a test. I thought, you know what? I'm just going to send them out. They're not the exact purple that I want, but they feel good in the hand and they don't look horrible. Watching this, you might be aghast. Karla, those are red. They're not purple. They don't match. When you see them in person and you shift them around, they kind of shift to more of a purpley purple to a red. I know I'm going on and on about envelopes, but some of y'all out there can relate. And I know you can't. Oh God. Do we hear the coyote cacophony in the background? Listen. The desert. Do you hear that? Let me move the mic and see if you can hear it. That's my cue to stop talking about the envelopes. Okay, we'll stop. Listen. Okay, I actually don't know if you'll be able to pick that up, but yeah, we've got coyotes out here. We've got creatures. So that's that on that. I guess we can stop. Oh, here really quick. Those right there are the labels that I was talking about, the monogram labels. You see, it doesn't look horrible. Doesn't look horrible. And I'm going to cut this portion off once you get a look at it. See, it's off, but it's not the worst thing in the world. Let me know, am I being completely bonkers, or do you guys relate to this nonsense? Because I know that this did not need to be in this vlog whatsoever, but I put this nonsense in here to normalize this sort of behavior, because the majority of the people who watch my channel are creative in some way, and creative people are all neurotic. If you think you're not, baby, you're wrong, because in order to be creative, you have to be a little bit neurotic. Accept it. Baby, that's just the way it is. And now we can get into packaging a couple of orders. I am not going to stress out about getting all of the orders in my vlogs. What I'm going to do is, if I have orders to package the days that I'm filming, I'm going to film as many as I can, and then if I have some left over, I will overlap them into a future vlog. Not that I have tons and tons of orders, but I had a handful. They just were not packaged all on the same day, which I usually don't do that, but I'm trying to, again, learn how to work smarter, not harder, and I'm trying to simplify my life in little ways, because it's a cumulative effect. If I simplify one little thing, and then another little thing, and then another little thing, I will feel like I'm less deregulated because I'm always frazzled. Again, the creative person neuroses, right? This is a year that has taught me a lot about, I've always been a scrappy person. I've always been very independent, all of those things. But I feel like this year is the beginning of evolution. I'm stepping it up. I'm leveling up. And yeah, I'm just chugging along the best I can, and I'm getting better at it every day, and that's a good thing. That's a good thing. So I'm still waiting for the universe to throw me a bone, okay? But again, I recognize that when things are difficult, little golden nuggets can be found in the dirt. The sticker, the store, all of that stuff. See, like I said earlier, had this year not gone to shit, I wouldn't be sitting here right now with my own little sticker shop, my online shop, packaging these particular orders. See? Which, by the way, you're seeing me package in this portion of the vlog 2 of the bundles. For this shop launch, created a bundle with my Lilac Witch collection. And because the shop opened on the 13th, I decided to make 13 bundles. And I like the idea. It worked out. As of my filming this vlog right now, I have a handful of bundles left. I have 5. I may have 4 at this point, but I think, well, in any case, there were 13. I'm down to a handful now. So if you'd like a bundle, go get one. What the bundle includes is the Lilac Witch art print, a sticker sheet, as well as the die cut. When the bundle sells out, the individual pieces, meaning the die cut, the sheet, and the print, will all be available individually. Okay, so if you miss out on the bundle, if you don't want the bundle, that's fine. You can purchase the pieces individually, but I like the idea of the bundle. So every time I come out with a collection of 2 to 3 pieces, I think, well, probably 3. I don't like even numbers, so let's try to keep it at 3. I'm going to be releasing a limited amount of them. So I'm going to be probably 13. I think this whole 13 thing kind of became its own creature. When I have new releases, I will likely be dropping them on the 13th of whatever month I decide. It's just my brain for you. My brain for you. So this vlog, a little off the cuff. I mean, obviously I filmed with intention, but I'm sitting here at, what time is it right now? 1:55 a.m. hanging out with the possums, what creatures are outside, the skunks, the coyotes, whatever the hell is causing a ruckus outside. Nearly 2 a.m. with my iced coffee, the girl with caffeine, she can't help it. I've got a fresh coat of nail polish on my claws, caffeine, creatures outside, and I'm just sitting here talking into a microphone. So it is what it is. The vlog is almost over, so what you're going to be seeing in the final bit of the vlog is going to be my going to the post office, sending off the orders for my shop. I'm going to be sneaking in an order for white bat wax as well, which if you know, you know. If you don't know, I have a separate online shop where it's just a little side hustle, a little hobby that I've got, which is making scented wax melts. Eventually I'm going to be moving into candle making as well, but we're starting with wax melts. Y'all know I love my scents. I'm a fragrance nerd, incense addict, candle addict, wax melt lover, the whole bit, right? Started making wax melts a couple years ago. Now it's turned into a little side hustle. It's fun. So got an order for that this week. And then I got a couple of orders for my vintage shop. Hi, hello. Told you my brain is crazy. I do a lot at once. I have a million stores. I have my primary store, which is, of course, my namesake. I've got my vintage fashion boutique, which is Coconati. I have my, did you just hear my knuckle crack? I've got my wax melts, my home fragrance line, which is a white bat wax. And then my other little side hustle, which this one lives on Etsy still, is Cat Eyes and Cacti, which is my Palm Springs / desert related brand. So yeah, I'm all over the place. See, this is why PayPal doesn't trust me, because PayPal's like, can this girl really be such a machine? Can she really be doing all this at once? Well, yes, asshole, I can. So anyways, it's time for me to go. I need a refill on my coffee. Should I? No. Am I? Of course. Going to get a refill, and I actually have some projects that I'm going to be working on for another hour or two before it's time to sleepy sleep. So off I go. Thank you to my Patreon patrons for being amazing. My love bites, thank you. My color fiends, love you, thank you. And of course, now the sticky claws. Thank you all. You are all wonderful. Thank you for watching on YouTube. Take a look down below. Everything you need to know will be down below. Links to, I didn't use any art supplies in this video. I will have that marker case situation linked down below if you're interested in that organizational little marker thingy. And that's it. Thank you for watching. Take a look down below. Everything you need to know will always be down below. Be bad, be good. I don't give a damn which. Just make sure you come back in one piece, and I will see you in the next one.